The fall of the Roman Empire marked a period of significant change. From the ashes of a once mighty empire arose a new era in Europe. This period witnessed the birth of medieval art, a time of profound religious devotion and intellectual exploration. Medieval art, especially architecture, expressed faith. It reflected the social, political, and religious climate. This essay delves into medieval art's evolution. After the fall of Rome, Europe was fragmented into regional kingdoms. Amidst this political fragmentation, the Christian Church emerged as a unifying force. Monasteries, in particular, played a pivotal role in preserving knowledge, promoting literacy, and fostering artistic endeavors. These religious communities became centers of learning and creativity, attracting skilled artisans and craftsmen. One figure who recognized the importance of monasteries was Charlemagne, the king of the Franks. Charlemagne's reign in the 8th and 9th centuries marked a period of relative stability and cultural revival, often referred to as the Carolingian Renaissance. He actively supported the establishment of monasteries and encouraged the production of illuminated manuscripts and religious art. Charlemagne's patronage had a profound impact on the development of Romanesque art and architecture. He commissioned the construction of numerous churches and palaces, which served as models for subsequent buildings across Europe. The Carolingian Renaissance laid the foundation for the artistic flourishing that would characterize the Romanesque period. It marked a time of renewed interest in classical learning and artistic traditions. Emerging in the 10th century, Romanesque architecture was the first pan-European style since Roman imperial architecture. It was a style born out of necessity, reflecting the turbulent times. Characterized by its massive size, thick walls, and rounded arches, Romanesque churches exuded a sense of strength and permanence. They served not only as places of worship, but also as fortresses in times of conflict. One of the defining features of Romanesque architecture was the use of barrel vaults. These semi-cylindrical ceilings, made of stone, replaced the wooden roofs of earlier churches, making them more durable and fire-resistant. However, barrel vaults required massive walls and pillars to support their weight, resulting in relatively dark and dimly lit interiors. Despite their imposing appearance, Romanesque churches were designed to inspire awe and reverence in the faithful. The use of heavy stone, the play of light and shadow through small windows, and the echoing acoustics created a sense of mystery and transcendence. These architectural elements worked together to transport worshippers to a realm beyond the earthly. They emphasize the power and majesty of God. Sculpture played an integral role in Romanesque art, serving both decorative and didactic purposes. Carved into the stone facades of churches, capitals of columns, and around doorways, sculptures depicted biblical scenes, the lives of saints, and allegorical figures. These intricate carvings served as visual aids for a largely illiterate population, conveying religious teachings and moral messages. One of the most celebrated Romanesque sculptors was Gislebertus, who adorned the Cathedral of Saint-Lazare in Autun, France, with his expressive and lifelike figures. His masterpiece, The Last Judgment Tympanum, is a powerful depiction of Christ as judge, surrounded by angels and saints, with the damned being cast into hell. In addition to stone carvings, Romanesque artists also excelled in the art of fresco painting. Frescoes, painted on wet plaster, adorned the interior walls of churches, bringing biblical stories to life in vibrant colors. These murals often depicted narrative cycles, presenting a series of scenes from the Bible or the lives of saints. Through their vivid imagery and emotional intensity, Romanesque sculptures and frescoes played a crucial role in shaping the religious imagination of the time. They served as powerful reminders of the teachings and values of the Church. Section 5. Monasteries, pilgrimage, and expanding churches. Monasteries played a pivotal role in the development of Romanesque architecture. As centers of religious life, monasteries attracted pilgrims from far and wide. To accommodate the growing number of pilgrims, monasteries expanded their churches, adding ambulatories, radiating chapels, and transepts to create more space for circulation and worship. The Abbey Church of Cluny, located in Burgundy, France, was a prime example of this trend. Founded in 910, Cluny became one of the most influential monasteries in Europe. Its church, once the largest in the Western world, featured a double-aisled nave, a vast transept, and 5 radiating chapels. Cluny's innovative design inspired countless other churches and cathedrals across Europe. The pilgrimage routes that crisscrossed Europe also influenced the design of Romanesque churches. Pilgrims often traveled long distances to visit the relics of saints, which were believed to hold miraculous powers. To accommodate these relics, churches began incorporating reliquaries, elaborate containers designed to display and protect these sacred objects. The influx of pilgrims and the veneration of relics brought wealth and prestige to churches, further fueling the growth of Romanesque architecture. This period witnessed a surge in the construction of grand churches and cathedrals along pilgrimage routes. Section 6. Gothic ascendancy reaching for the heavens. By the mid-12th century, a new architectural style began to emerge in northern France, Gothic. Characterized by its soaring heights, pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses, Gothic architecture represented a radical departure from the massive solidity of the Romanesque. Gothic cathedrals were conceived as awe-inspiring structures, designed to uplift the soul and inspire a sense of spiritual transcendence. One of the key innovations of Gothic architecture was the pointed arch. Unlike the rounded arch, which distributes weight evenly along its curve, the pointed arch directs weight more downward, allowing for taller and slenderer structures. Ribbed vaults, another Gothic innovation, further enhanced the structural integrity of these buildings, allowing for thinner walls and larger windows. Flying buttresses, perhaps the most distinctive feature of Gothic architecture, were external supports that transferred the lateral thrust of the vaulted ceilings away from the walls to the ground. This ingenious engineering feat allowed builders to construct taller and thinner walls, creating a sense of lightness and openness that was unimaginable in Romanesque architecture. Gothic cathedrals, with their soaring heights and ethereal beauty, became powerful symbols of human aspiration and the divine. They embodied the spiritual ideals of the age. Section 7. Stained glass illuminating the divine. No element is more synonymous with Gothic architecture than stained glass windows. These magnificent works of art transformed Gothic cathedrals into ethereal spaces, bathed in radiant light. Stained glass windows served as powerful tools for religious instruction and spiritual contemplation. Chartres Cathedral, southwest of Paris, is renowned for its Gothic stained glass. Created between the 12th and 13th centuries, these windows depict biblical scenes and the lives of saints. The rich colors and intricate details serve to educate and inspire the faithful. Sainte-Chapelle in Paris, commissioned by King Louis IX, is another notable example. Its windows, covering nearly the entire upper chapel, depict scenes from the Old and New Testaments. These windows created an immersive and transformative spiritual experience. They served as a reminder of the divine presence within the sacred space. Section 8. Gothic art, a glimpse of humanization. While Gothic art remained deeply rooted in religious themes, it also witnessed a growing interest in naturalism and human emotion. Sculptures and paintings began to depict figures with greater realism, capturing their individuality and conveying a wider range of emotions. The stiff, stylized figures of the Romanesque period gave way to more lifelike and expressive representations. One notable example of this shift towards naturalism can be seen in the Bamberg Horseman, a life-size equestrian statue located in Bamberg Cathedral, Germany. Created in the 13th century, the statue depicts an unknown rider, often identified as a king or emperor, mounted on a horse. The rider's dignified posture, the horse's anatomical accuracy, and the subtle details of their clothing and equipment all point to a growing interest in realism and observation. Illuminated manuscripts, another important form of Gothic art, also reflected this trend towards humanization. These handwritten books, often containing religious texts, were adorned with intricate illustrations, decorative borders, and gold leaf. Gothic illuminations featured more naturalistic figures, expressive faces, and detailed landscapes, showcasing the artistic skill and creativity of the period. The evolution of Gothic art, with its emphasis on naturalism and human emotion, paved the way for the artistic revolution of the Renaissance. Section 9. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of medieval art. From the fortress-like churches of the Romanesque to the soaring cathedrals of the Gothic, medieval art stands as a testament to the creative spirit and religious devotion of the Middle Ages. The transition from Romanesque to Gothic art marked a profound shift in artistic sensibilities. Romanesque art, with its emphasis on solidity, gave way to the Gothic pursuit of height and light. Stained glass windows transformed cathedrals into ethereal spaces bathed in radiant light. The influence of medieval art extended far beyond the Middle Ages, laying the groundwork for the Renaissance. As we marvel at medieval art, let us remember the skilled artisans and devout patrons behind these creations.